You have been in complete darkness for so long that you no longer remember what light looks like. 9 days. At least you think it has been 9 days. Without the sun, without a watch, time becomes something you can only guess at. You count the hours by the rhythm of breathing around you, by the slow drip of water from the cave ceiling. 12 boys. Their ages range from 11 to 16. You are their football coach. You are 25 years old. You brought them into this cave, and now you cannot bring them out. The water came without warning. One moment you were walking deeper into the cave, exploring passages you had explored before. The next moment the water was rising around your ankles, then your knees, then your chest. The path you came through disappeared underwater, and the only direction left was deeper, higher, away from the flood. Now you sit in absolute darkness, listening to 12 boys breathe, wondering if anyone in the world knows where you are. And then, on the 9th day, you see something that should not exist in this place. A light, moving beneath the surface of the water. A head breaks through, and a voice speaks in English. How many of you? You answer. 13. 13? Brilliant. Let me take you back to the beginning. June 23rd, 2018, a Saturday. The sun is bright over Mae Sai, the northernmost town in Thailand. Your football team, the Wild Boars, has just finished practice. The boys are full of energy. One of them, a boy named Knight, has a birthday coming up. Someone suggests celebrating by visiting the cave, Tam Luang. You have been there before with the boys. It is a local landmark, a place where teenagers go to explore. The entrance is wide and welcoming. You know the paths. You have never had reason to be afraid of this cave. The boys buy snacks for the trip. They ride their bicycles to the entrance. You check the sky before going in. It is clear. There is no rain. The monsoon is not supposed to arrive for another 3 weeks. You enter the cave around 2 in the afternoon. The boys are laughing, taking photographs. You walk deeper, pointing out formations you have shown them before. Everything feels exactly the way it has always felt. You do not know that outside, the early monsoon rains are beginning to fall. You do not know that water is already flowing into the cave through passages you cannot see. The first sign comes about an hour after you enter. The ground is wet in places that should be dry. The air smells heavier, like rain. Then you see the water rising from below, filling the passage behind you. You tell the boys to turn around, but within minutes the way out is gone. The passage is now a river. You have no choice. The only direction is deeper. You lead the boys further in, searching for higher ground. They are scared. Some are crying. You keep your voice calm because panic will not help anyone and because they are looking to you for guidance. You are their coach. You are the adult. You find a sandy slope about 4 kilometers from the entrance. It is dry. It is also a trap. You gather the boys and tell them to wait. Someone will come looking. Your bicycles are parked outside. They will find the bicycles. They will find you. You believe this on the first day. By the 5th day, you have stopped believing anything at all. The flashlights die one by one over the first 3 days. The boys try to conserve power, turning them on only when necessary, but eventually, there is no power left. The last light flickers and goes out, and you are plunged into darkness so complete that your eyes cannot adjust. This is not the darkness of a room at night where shapes eventually emerge. This is the darkness of a place where light has never existed. You hold your hand in front of your face and see nothing. You open your eyes and close them, and there is no difference. The boys cry, and there is nothing you can do except speak. You talk constantly in those first hours of darkness. You tell them stories. You ask about their families, their friends, their favorite football players. You keep them talking because silence in this darkness feels like death. One of the younger boys asks the question you have been asking yourself since the water rose. Coach, is this your fault? You tell him no. You tell him it was an accident, that no one could have predicted the rain. But in your heart, you know the truth. You made the decision to enter this cave. You agreed when they asked to go exploring. You checked the sky and saw no clouds and thought it was safe. Every choice that led here was yours. If these 12 boys die in this cave, it will be because of you. That thought sits in your chest like a stone, heavier than the darkness, heavier than the hunger. You cannot escape it. You can only keep talking, keep them believing that rescue is coming, keep pretending that you believe it too. You spent 10 years as a Buddhist monk before becoming a football coach. You entered the monastery as a child after your parents and brother died. You learned to meditate, to control your breathing, to quiet your mind. You never imagined those skills would matter like this. On the 4th day, you begin teaching the boys to meditate. Breathe slowly, focus on the breath, let go of fear, exist only in this moment. meditation serves a practical purpose. When you breathe slowly, you consume less oxygen. The air in this chamber is limited. You are trying to keep them alive long enough for rescue if rescue is coming. The only water comes from the cave walls, condensation dripping slowly. You teach the boys to find these drips by sound, to cup their hands beneath them. It is barely any water at all. You give your share to the younger boys. They do not know this. You simply tell them you already drank. You are the adult. You can survive on less. On the 9th day, the light appears. You have almost given up hope by then. Almost, but not completely, because giving up completely would mean the boys would give up too. So you keep talking, keep guiding meditation, keep pretending that rescue is coming, and then you see it. A glow beneath the water, so faint at first that you think you are hallucinating. The darkness does that to you. Your mind creates things that are not there. You have learned to ignore them. But this light does not disappear. It grows brighter, closer, and suddenly there is splashing. And a head emerges from the water, and a beam of light sweeps across the chamber. The boys scream. You scream. After 9 days of absolute darkness, the light is almost painful, but it is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. 2 men are in the water, wearing diving equipment. They speak English with British accents. One of them asks how many of you there are. You answer. He seems surprised, relieved, amazed that all 13 are still alive. They cannot take you out yet. The path is too dangerous, too long, too flooded, but they promise they will return. They give you food and lights and hope. After they leave, you sit with the boys in the glow of new flashlights. For the first time in 9 days, you can see their faces. They are thin, they are pale, they are alive. And for the first time in 9 days, you cry. The next 8 days are harder than the 9 before. You have food now, light, supplies. A doctor and Thai Navy SEALs stay with you, but you also have information. The path out is 4 kilometers, much of it underwater. The passages are narrow, visibility 0, current strong. Even experienced divers find it challenging. The boys cannot swim. You learn that over 1,000 people are working outside. Divers from 17 countries, engineers pumping millions of liters. The world is watching. You also learn something you do not tell the boys. On July 6th, a diver named Saman Gunan died in the cave. He was a former Thai Navy SEAL, 38 years old, delivering oxygen tanks when he lost consciousness. They found his body in the water. A professional diver died in these passages. And somehow, 12 boys who cannot swim must make it through. You do not sleep that night. You think about Saman Gunan, a man you never met who gave his life trying to save yours. The plan sounds impossible, but there is no other option. They will sedate each boy with a combination of ketamine and anti-anxiety medication, enough to keep them unconscious, but not enough to stop their breathing. They will fit each boy with a full-face diving mask. Then 2 divers will guide each boy through the flooded passages, one pulling from the front and one pushing from behind. The risks are almost too many to count. If a boy wakes up underwater, he will panic. If he panics, he will drown. If his mask comes loose, he will drown. If the sedation is too strong, he will stop breathing. The journey takes hours. The margin for error is almost non-existent. July 8th, the rescue begins. 4 boys go out on the first day. You watch each one receive an injection. Watch their eyes close, watch them disappear into the dark water, unconscious, utterly dependent on strangers. You do not know if you will ever see them again. You wait. Hours later, word comes through. All 4 safe. They are in the hospital. They are alive. July 9th, 4 more boys. Again, you wait in the chamber that has been your prison for 16 days. Again, the news comes back. Safe. July 10th. The last 4 boys prepare to leave. You insist on going last. You brought them here. You led them into this darkness. You will not leave until every one of them is out. The doctor and the Navy SEALs agree. You watch the last boy disappear into the water. Then it is your turn. They give you the injection. The world becomes soft and distant. You feel the mask being fitted over your face. You feel hands guiding you into the water. You have spent 18 days fighting to stay alive in this cave. And now you must surrender completely, trusting strangers with your life. And then there is nothing. You wake in a hospital bed with sunlight streaming through the window. For a moment, you do not understand. The brightness hurts. Everything is white and clean. You have spent 18 days in darkness, and the ordinary world feels foreign. Then you remember, the boys. They tell you everyone survived. All 12 made it through. All 12 are in this hospital. The rescue that experts believed impossible succeeded. The families come to see you. You expect anger. You led their children into a cave and almost got them killed. Instead, they embrace you. They thank you for keeping their sons alive, for teaching meditation, for giving your water, for staying calm. You do not feel like a hero. You feel like a man who made a mistake and was saved by the courage of strangers. In the weeks that follow, you ordain as a monk again in honor of Saman Gunan. The boys do the same. You write a letter to his widow, though no words could be enough. You think about the cave often, the darkness that seemed infinite, the sound of 12 boys breathing, the light that appeared when hope was gone. 12 boys trusted you with their lives. You led them into darkness. Strangers from 17 countries brought them back to light. One of those strangers did not come home. You carry his name now. You will carry it forever. 18 days, 12 boys. One decision that changed everything. You are still here. They are still here. That has to mean something. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more true stories. See you in the next one.